Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
It's Mike Swanson. I'm from Wayzata, Minnesota. This motorcycle was built by my dad and I when I was really little. The basement of our house, and we rode it everywhere. We used to go camping in Rochester Whitewater State Park, and we used to load up the sleeping bags, the tents, everything out the 6 cars, and we'd get down there and we rode everywhere in the daytime together, and then at nighttime we'd take my mom wherever they go. But it was our thing. When I was like 8th grade, he sold the bike, and I was really upset. I'm like, nah, you can't sell the chopper. Still, you can't do it. And he's like, I got bills to pay, I got to sell it. And he wouldn't sell it to just anybody, so he sold it to my stepmom's brothers, my step uncle. And I don't remember exactly how much he sold it for. I want to say like $2,500 usually, but he sold it to my uncle for. And then my uncle made it his. You know, he rebuilt the bike 2 more times, and painted it, and from the way my dad had it. And then my dad passed away in 2014, and Jim still had the bike. And a few years later, Jim calls me out of the blue. Didn't expect the call, and he said, "Hey, Mike, getting kind of old to be pushing the old man's bike around the garage. Do you want it?" And I broke down pretty much. I go, I absolutely gotta have it. Absolutely, yeah. So when I got the bike back from Jim, I called Donnie, and because Donnie sold that, there was like mainly 2 vendors back in the 70s. It was Drake Specialties and Smith and Petro. So I've been to both places a ton of times as a little kid, and Dad knew Donnie, and so when I got the bike back, I called Donnie and told him, like, "You're not gonna play this, but I got my dad's chopper." And he came out and looked at it, and I said, "I really want to do something special." It kind of started out as I didn't want to bring it back to the way my dad had it, the way Jim had it, but it evolved. The project evolved, and it evolved quickly. But it's, I just wanted to do a Legacy Smith, Donnie Smith build, but I also wanted to tribute to my dad, because this is my dad's bike. I'm just the custodian of this bike. This is all the parts. All the heartbeat in these parts are all Dad's original parts. And the parts that we didn't use for this build, I have in boxes. I have all the old parts, and I'll never get rid of them. They're all part of the soul of this bike. And we hit the main job out of the world. It's turned out so good. We just built it on Saturday, and as we rebuilt the motor, it's all domestic parts back to the motor. It's gonna be a 1 Kickstarter on it. I can't wait to ride it, and just be a custodian of my dad's bike. This front end, Smith and Petro made about 2,500 of these front ends. This is number 4. My dad had the first one, and he said the first couple were prototypes. So this was like the first front end like this back in the day. So when Dad actually got this thing out, it was the coolest bike around. When I was a little kid, everybody always came and swore at my dad's bike, and it's so special. Fairwood Stone gave Donnie the side case covers here, the one on this side, and they were made like maybe 71. They were still in the packaging. I was like, yeah, I think we got one, and it took him forever to find it, but he found it. And it's like he sent it out to Donnie, and that was real special. But to have Donnie know my dad and know the background and the luck and the divine luck that Jim would give me the bike, is I wouldn't give Jim anything. And he gave me the bike, and he said, do something with it. And I think that, Jim, he's still alive, but he wouldn't come down. He lives out in South Haven, and so when it's all done, I'm going to bring the bike out to his house and fire it up, and, because he said after I showed him a couple pictures, he couldn't sleep at night. He was so happy. So for me, this is why everything. I've got a lot of toys and stuff, but this is by far this is my prize. My name's Mike Swanson. I'm from Wayzata, Minnesota, and you're watching Shop Talk.